Repeat it.
Hello everyone and welcome to another Red Valkyrie Presents. I'm of course Shae the Red, being incredibly muffled, and it'll be so worth it, trust me. Holy shit.
Alright.
I'm also getting just slightly high off of a little bit of residual fumes, but it's fine, we're good. I'm of course here with my co-host Cy. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, and let me say it was quite the trip watching this come together.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's insane. And of course we have the amazing publishing Pete Simeti. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you? I want to see it though.
I know. It's called anticipation. You gotta build.
I
the
can hear it.
Okay, screw it. Let's
I can
do
hear it.
Hold on. Our new drum roll. I will be.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Metamorphosis completed, sir.
Shae the Red.
Has now become
Awesome.
Boom.
Oh man, that's nuts. That is nuts.
Yes.
Holy smokes.
Yes.
That's incredible.
I don't even know what to say. I'm just like, yeah.
Just nod the fur.
That's amazing. You got good AC over there, right?
Nah.
No. Oh Lord. Well, if you
It's
get hot, you can take off the mask. I don't want you to pass out on the show.
Yeah, we'll be good for
Oh my Lord,
now.
that's incredible. That's incredible.
We'll see how it goes in like 20-ish minutes.
How did you make that?
There's a show just for that.
There actually is. I basically took a Groot mask and bashed it as the crap out of it.
I think you improved it. Improved it. That's the
I
word.
made it beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's like all the way around.
Holy
We went all the way around with
smokes.
it. But yeah, that was it was a lot. It was a lot, and I'm very happy with how it turned out because it looks. I feel like it looks pretty spot on to your cover.
That's pretty incredible. Yeah, because in the moonlight, that's how his shading and fur tone looks,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Next time,
Goodness.
just cosplay Pete.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the NES version, like how there's the NES Batman and the NES Jason from Friday the 13th, and they kind of have like that blue-purple kind of tone going on. It kind of looks like if there was an NES King Cryptid game, which, oh man, I wish there was. It kind of looks like that, and it's this amazing. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Kira's in the chat. Kira, do you see this? Holy smokes.
Hi.
Incredible. Holy.
Thank you, Kier. Thank you, Rick.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I do wish I had little fans under, because you don't think of how hot the fur is until you start wearing it, and you're like, oh,
Go figure.
that's some fur.
Chewbacca was fat before the movie started filming.
Yeah, right. He just is basically a sauna suit the whole time.
Oh my Lord. Wow.
Yeah.
Just wow.
So this is what I've been stressing over, everybody. Everyone who was watching and saw me like panicking.
That's
Because I was
incredible.
trying to
Oh,
do this
man.
justice. Look at that.
That's incredible.
Standing
Wow.
right, like side by side, how we look.
We're going to have to screenshot that so I can show Christian. Because that's Christian Rossi's art. And goodness, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. Like I said
here.
before the show started, I thought you were going to be in like a Bigfoot mask with like a Burger King hat and a tablecloth for a cape. And I was going to be like, that's fine, because this is, I don't know how the hell you're going to do this.
This
But
is how I'm
holy
gonna do that.
smokes.
This is how I'm gonna do that.
You even got his moonstone and everything going on.
Hell yeah,
Different
I
color.
did.
Holy smokes.
Oh, I actually got, like, the paints for this are pearl, so it actually shimmers.
Oh, it's like luminescent.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And then all of the stone and everything, this is like terracotta, so if you actually rub it, it feels rough.
Wow.
Oh yeah, oh, I went all out for you, man. Got the
Holy-
yellow eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send like a bonus item in your perks for this. This is insane.
Well, you know, I've also got I've got some screenshots for you, so you can play around with them. Use it.
I gotta put it in the book, because there's gonna be a cryptid sighting section in the book of fan art and things like that, and this is gonna be straight up, you know, King
This is the
Cryptid
best
sighted
fan art.
sighted at the Red Valkyrie YouTube studio.
Right?
There you go, Pete. I sent you something.
Oh my lord.
Holy hell.
Amazing.
Okay. This is such a badass campaign.
Send Pete the mask. Have
I
you
might.
lost your mind?
Pete and I will have to talk about a price, though, because I don't think you understand
No,
how
no, no,
much
no.
this is.
Yeah, yeah.
She had to skin 3 purple Yetis just to make this mask.
Holy
To be
smokes.
fair, I do still have a little bit of purple left, so anybody needs purple fur, I got you.
She was just commenting before the stream started that it actually is heavy. Most
Yeah,
of her
it is.
masks
It's a
aren't.
bit heavy. It's not too bad because, you know, it's an actual mask, so I just built on top of it. So it's not too bad.
Wow. I'm speechless.
This is why I do this, Pete. People ask why I do this. I do this for that. I do this for that.
That's
That's why I do it.
incredible. That is incredible. I can't get over it. I don't know how I'm going to do the rest of the show now.
I kept
don't worry,
offering, you want me to share the screen, hun, and I can scroll through it for you? And she's like, nah, fuck it.
I got it. Yeah, we'll see. I'm getting close to having to take this off for just a minute.
Just a minute.
I mean, like, when the back of your throat burns from potentially having...
Yeah, do what you got to do. I mean, the prestige has been received. You know,
Oh.
we've seen the amazing
That's
artwork
why-
that is this. Yeah, there you go.
That's why I made this video.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Yeah, it needs about another 3 days probably, because this stuff is potent as shit. And it's
Oh man, does that
I
say
didn't think that
non-toxic on it?
permeate.
No,
I
it
don't-
does
I don't
not.
think that says non-toxic.
No.
It is not non-toxic. I feel it's toxic. It's in the back of my throat. I can feel it. But, you know, we'll just
Well,
we'll
the
just
King
do
Cryptid
this.
can psychically communicate with animals and cryptids, and now you can too.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Shae, just mount the wig head on your chair behind you, and then put the...
I
Put
would
the
if it
mask
didn't
on it?
suck it. It falls down. So I'll just hold it. Look, we'll just be like this because
That's great. Yeah.
Shae needs
Yeah.
to breathe. I do have good pictures for you, Pete. So we'll do that. But okay, let's go through. So normally when a campaign like this comes out, I know we're gonna have you on somewhat close to launch. I usually wait to bag, but I couldn't because you sent the secret link, and I was like, oh, it's such a good deal. Oh, I gotta get it. So I was like, oh, fuck it, I don't care. So I just went and backed real quick.
Well, thank you.
This looks amazing. I was excited from jump when you very first started showing off some of this art. I was like, I'm gonna do this justice with a crazy ass cosplay. This is what I'm gonna do, you know, for sure. It's gonna be amazing, and it just looks like it's so much fun. Plus, cryptids, like the story of cryptids, are just so fucking amazing.
Yeah,
So-
it's everything paranormal, supernatural. There's tons of stuff in here, everything in between. So if
Yeah.
anyone's a fan of that kind of stuff, which I can only imagine, if you're reading comic books, you're used to sci-fi, fantasy, horror, kind of blending into one beautiful mixture. King Cryptid is very much kind of the same thing. It feels, and I've heard this from a lot of people, and I kind of feel the same way too. It feels very familiar, like it kind of has always sort of been here, but meanwhile at the same time it feels like a unique new thing. And I think that's because it's very much like a comic book for people who really love comic books. There's nothing kind of like hiding the comic bookiness of this. It's out there. We're having awesome characters, great character designs, fantastic art. I mean, even when people have read the preview pages, there's thought balloons, there's going to be editor's notes, everything that people have ever loved about reading comics and that they mostly ever grew up with. And then it's going to be on newsprint, of course, like everything else at Alterna. So this thing is going to look fantastic. The artists on board are terrific. It's been the greatest experience I've ever had working in comics and in my 16 years, to be perfectly honest. And I can't wait to keep doing more of these stories. I mean it. I write there that there's like over 100 issues planned. There are over 100 issues planned. So if you're looking to get into something for years and years and years to come, this is it. And you can get on the ground floor of it because this is the first 4 issues right here.
This is awesome, and I'm so fucking stoked because I've found, so the first time I ever did a sketch cover was an Alterna sketch cover. Right?
Oh wow, nice.
That was my first go at like, I'm gonna do a sketch cover. I did a Mighty Mascots one. I really dug it, and then I did Baron Rat and Mr. Crypt one, and loved that too, and was like, okay, I might actually be able to do, like, sketch covers might not be out of my realm. I might be able to do this. So I am so stoked that you have a sketch cover for King Cryptid, because like I feel like I've really gotten to know this guy. We've bonded quite a bit. I've learned a lot about his twists and turns, considering. Eric, I promise you, if it wasn't for the fact that it's straight up huffing glue, I would totally be putting this back on. But
Not on my watch. We want her nice, safe, and healthy, and alive on this show.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that like I was like, I'll be okay because the smell had dissipated. I put it on top of a fan to air it out and everything. I was like, oh, the smell's dissipated, we're good. After putting it on for 10 minutes and taking a couple deep breaths, I was like, oh, I feel that in the back of my throat. I should probably not wear this right now. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Eric. I have to do a small flex. Yeah, this looks like so much fun, and I love so many people have been getting into cryptid stories lately. Like, they've been around forever, but they kind of go in and out of popularity,
Yeah, there's something in the zeitgeist, I think, going around right now with the paranormal and things like that. There's been more pushes for disclosure of UFOs, whether or not that leads to extraterrestrial life or anything like that. I don't think we're ever going to get full disclosure or anything like that. But I think the conversation gets out there, and people start thinking again about these things. As far as this goes, I've been interested in this stuff my whole life. I was like the weird little kid that was taking out Time Life books at the elementary school. And, everyone else is, taking out like Bernstein Bears or whatever, and I'm bringing up Time Life, Secrets of the Pyramids, and UFOs, and Bermuda Triangle, and Bigfoot, and all this other stuff. I've been interested in all this stuff, and I think it goes hand in hand also with my interest in comics. So this just is me kind of returning, I guess, to my roots and going back into doing something that I've always wanted to do, and maybe that I've always should have been doing. But just really couldn't for the longest time because of a lot of different things in place. But now with the ability to sell direct, to get to the readers, to communicate to the readers as well, I could finally do this. I couldn't have done this before. In the Diamond system, I might have been like, let me just dwindle it down. All these stories I want to tell, I'll dwindle it down maybe to like 4 or 5 and make a mini series out of it. And then that's going to be it, because Diamond's probably going to cancel it. Because the sales aren't going to be there, because that system is, you can't grow in it. But like this, we could actually do this, make these issues year after year, keep doing it and have fun with it, and hopefully the readers enjoy it too, and then we can keep on doing it as long as they're in for it too. But seriously, I'm looking forward to this. I really, really just cannot wait to get these issues into the hands of the people who are back in this project, because it's such a fun series, and on top of it, it's not just like a a monster of the issue and a beat 'em up or whatever. King Cryptid comes along, beats up some monster every issue. It's not like that kind of a thing. There's moments of that as well. It's action and adventure, but there's some philosophical elements in it and a lot of metaphysical type of stuff too to this. A lot of stuff I think people are gonna realize, or maybe they've been missing this kind of a thing in comics. It used to be there for a while, this kind of depth of character and emotional content and that kind of thing. This is gonna have that. This is going to be a hard-hitting series. It's not just a superficial, surface-level series. I think people are really going to enjoy it.
Absolutely, and the art is fucking bomb. Like it's just so cool to see. Mothman, the depiction of him, and just the lines are amazing.
Oh yeah, that's Christian Rossi's work right there.
Exactly. I was gonna say you got Christian Rossi, so of course it's amazing. How could it not be?
Well, the best part too is when I write the scripts for these guys. It's very different than when I wrote a script for The Chair, which was like years ago. It's at least 12 or 13 years at this point. But I was just starting out. I felt like I should really kind of almost over-explain what I wanted the artist on board to. That they were just starting out. And it just was it was kind of like a film script was the way that it was written out. Like the camera angles, the specific dialogue, specific scene, the shot, the emotion on the face, all that kind of stuff. But with the King Cryptid scripts, getting these guys on board, I knew that these guys were more than capable of having their own artistic vision. So all I had to really do was set up the scenes in a way that kind of got their imagination going, and then they would come up with the scene, and then I could go in there and put in the dialogue, captions, whatever, more or less here or there. It was a lot of fun coming up with the stories. The artists had a lot more freedom that way too, and then I just kind of went in there and I was able to put in the words and then the story like that, as opposed to kind of having it bogged down with every single thing was about them more working with my vision and my words and really trying to fit in some things that maybe kind of weren't necessary, or maybe they would have been wrestling with it a bit more, but instead they were able to go, oh, okay, I get it. That's the point of this scene on this page. Let me put it together. And then they would do that. And I think we had to only do less than like 5 or 6 tweaks and edits here or there across all 4 issues because they did such a tremendous job. Here you're looking at Nick Hunter's art, and Nick he's tremendous as well.
Yeah, this is such a cool take on the same character, and seeing the differences between Christian and Nick is awesome. Like Nick's made his beard a lot more flowy, a lot longer, more like hair, whereas like if you're looking at Christian's, he's got this like really animalistic kind of
Christian's got more of this, like, he's like a bruiser. Bristly. He's kind of rugged. Nick's got a little bit more. He's a bit more regal. He kind of reminds me like of a character that would have come straight out of like Thundercats, which I loved because that was one of my inspirations as well with coming up with the storytelling style. But yeah, I love the fact that these artists just get the character, but they also can put their own little spin on it too. But it still is clearly the character. And it's, if anything, it's all part of the fun with the aspect of it being a cryptid, because it's all about the artist's depiction. Cryptids are always, the artist depicted this creature that was seen and that kind of a thing, like a witness recounting what it looked like. So it's fun to have different artists on all these issues, and that's kind of how the series is going to be as well, tailoring each artist, playing up to their strengths with the story.
Yeah, this is some really awesome stuff. I love how this is like an old school throwback right here, where everything just the talking bubbles and all that of the kids, and it just I don't know. This reminds me almost of like the Sunday cartoon strips,
Yeah. Well, I mean, this issue takes place actually September 19th, 1984. So I really wanted it to have that throwback vibe. I wanted the kids to kind of look like they're straight out of that time period. The kid right here with the Polaroid, his name is Eric, and he's talking about this camera that he just got for his birthday. And, it's so cool. It takes the pictures and they come right out. It's that kind of a thing where we want to get back into that time period without everything constantly also being referential. There's going to be one point in time where Eric's younger brother, Jeff, he's kind of in the next panel there. saying that, it's good the camera does that because he wants to take a picture of all the disappointment on their faces. He's a skeptic. He's like a little bratty 10-year-old. He thinks he's older than he is. He gives his older brother and his friends a lot of crap. And he's kind of tagging along just because he has to be there. But he mostly wants to be there so he could just laugh in all their faces because he just thinks they're nuts. He tells them all, you guys are reading too many comic books. You guys are you've seen Ghostbusters too many times, that kind of a thing. And so they go along on this journey to try to see if they can find any evidence of King Cryptid or maybe even King Cryptid himself. They're in the region of the White Mountains where 23 years prior on that same night was the first recorded alien abduction in America. So they think that this night is something special to it, and that's why they're going to go out here and look for King Cryptid. But what they find on this night, it changes the rest of their lives forever. So we'll see these characters later on, but they'll be adults. So this isn't
That's
just
awesome.
like an all-ages issue. It actually lays a lot of groundwork for further on in the series.
That's awesome. And this really reminds me of I don't know about you growing up, but I know that my dad, when I was, really little and we'd watch Unsolved Mysteries, there was always something about a UFO or something like that. And I remember one day I scoffed at it and my dad was like, UFOs are real. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, I was, out playing behind this, like, whatever store or whatever. And one flew over my head. And I was like, I can't tell if you're serious or if you're pulling my leg. And he stuck to that story for my entire life. And so I was like, by the end I was like, nah, he must have really seen it because he was very adamant about it. And he was always kind of like that, like, I grew up watching Harry and the Hendersons and stuff like that, and I was like, Bigfoot's just the misunderstood guy. Just really,
He has a glandular problem.
I always told my dad, I was like, we need to go camping because we gotta find Bigfoot because his name is Harry, and everyone's gonna, we just need to show him people aren't bad, so he's not worried.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, but that's just what this was reminding me of, this specific one, and 1984 would make sense. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be so much fun. Look at this. Look at the telling the story and making sure that you're holding the flashlight under your chin just to really sell how spooky it is.
Yeah, Alex does such a great job with this. This is Alex Jovich. He's the artist on Mr. Crypt as well. So if the art looks kind of familiar to you, that's why. But he did an amazing job with the storytelling on this, and I just love the fact of how he has these characters going, because again, I'm just describing the scene and what they're doing. I'm like, oh yeah, so Eric starts telling this story about King Cryptid saving a kid from a bear. Linda starts telling a story about King Cryptid, about his silhouette in front of the moon and what it kind of looks like, and then Ernie's telling the story about how he heard something about King Cryptid being an Indian chief that got cursed and turned into a creature. And then I was like, and then at the bottom, Jeff's just laughing his ass off at all his friends.
Right.
Like, and then he comes up with this is perfect, just spot on.
Well, and that's exactly what, like, when, the second to last panel where he's like talking about, and it was spooky and all of this happened, and then somebody starts
they're
laughing,
so
like,
into it,
man?
and then the friends Jeff's just like losing it because they're just ridiculous to him.
Exactly. Oh, I love it. I think it's awesome. All right, and then we've got. I love how we're switching the art style so many times too. I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, so this is issue 4. Kier Covington does the artwork here, and then Christian Rossi colors it. And I told Christian, I said I kind of wanted to ape comics from like the 80s, late 80s around then. I gave him samples of Glynis Oliver, and I was like, check her out, check out all her work, and kind of let's do that. Let's ape the flats. Kier's got a really strong sense of line work here with his inking and the contrast there, so the flats work best with that, and plus it's going to be on newsprint, so we really want to make sure that this is the newsprinty-ish newsprint comic that Alterna publishes. I want it to be perfect,
exactly.
and they did it. They knocked it out of the park, and I can't imagine how this is going to look on newsprint, but it's going to look great. It's going to look straight out of the 80s, the time period of kind of a lot of these stories. This one in particular is not in the 80s, but I still wanted it to be set up in a way where we have this whole series kind of feeling like, even though there's these different issues and different things going on and these different stories being told, there still is this connectivity between them. And they do all connect up. There's a continuity and there's references and this and that to prior issues when there's certain plot points. But issue 4 takes place in the Hockomock Swamp. This is inside the Bridgewater Triangle of Massachusetts. And it has to deal with Brugg the Swamp Monster and the terrible secret of Brugg. And I've spoiled it several times. But for those that maybe haven't heard it yet, I'll try not to spoil it today. So this issue,
why stop now?
this issue has to deal with that, and you guys will find out when you read it, or maybe hopefully you forgot what the hell I said by the time you get the issue, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I guess that's what Pete said. Okay,
That might have been what he said.
I think Pete's just holding out on our audience. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I'm okay with it, though.
I gotta treat him special. You know? I gotta treat him like I didn't spoil it with 10 other shows.
Oh.
He just cares about our audience.
Yes,
That's what
yes.
it is.
Yeah, I gotta treat like this is the first ever time I'm talking about King Cryptid. So let's
High
keep
value
certain
audience.
things. Exactly.
Awesome. All right, so obviously we got the Alterna cards because you guys have been doing these for a while now with a bunch of different campaigns, and they're always awesome.
Actually, I have that one already made here.
Ooh,
So yeah, every backer gets this card. Every physical perk backer gets this card. And if you back multiple times, you get multiple cards. There's also an option to purchase the card for $2. So if you're international, you just want to purchase that in the digital bundle, you don't have to pay an exorbitant amount of shipping. But if you do get multiple cards, I'm going to sign at least one of them. So that's part of this campaign. Because it feels weird if I'm signing the other ones because they're not my characters. But this one's my character. So if you're getting multiple cards, I'm going to sign one of them.
That's fair. And then you've got the badass King Cryptid box.
Yes, I do. Would you like to see it live?
Yes, of course. I love the Alterna boxes. I have so many of them. Look at that.
So this is its own special, unique thing. It's actually a little bit bigger. The Alterna box can fit inside of this. When I was constructing this, I thought that it would be the same size, but it was the interior dimension is the same size as the Alterna box. So the Alterna box can actually fit inside. It's really snug, so I don't recommend doing it because then you got to really finagle it out. But it's a little bit bigger. And at first I was disappointed, and then I was like, you know what, though? It makes sense because it's king-sized.
Yeah, exactly.
King-sized.
It is
So,
king-sized. Eric
thing of
has
beauty.
a question. He was saying, is that cardboard?
Yeah, it's a real high-density kind of cardboard. So if you have...
nice.
You know those types of short boxes that they have the all-over print on them, that kind of a thing? It's very similar to stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
Yeah.
And
then the
obviously
whole
you're
thing
not
is,
shipping in that as in
No.
the shipping label's not going on the outside.
Not
of
at
it.
all. So what's going to happen is everything is going to get put in the box, and then the box gets shrink wrapped.
Okay.
So you'll get the box, and it's going to look all like you just got it off of a retail shelf, essentially. So it'll be completely shrink wrapped, and then it'll arrive to you inside of a box, nice and well protected.
I will say, Pete is very good at making sure that everything gets to you safe. I think that in sending me like one of the oversized, it was a mini print, and a couple of cards and 2 patches, and you put them all in a box and put a whole bunch of packing stuff around them. And I was like, I probably would have just sent these in a bubble mailer. But Pete's like, no, we got to make sure nothing gets damaged. And we'll put it in a box, and it will have newspaper.
Exactly.
That's what we do.
Exactly. Yeah. Some people have asked, if this was going to be similar to the Alterna style, which is it's a cardboard still, but it's wrapped in vinyl. This isn't going to be wrapped in vinyl or anything like that. This is going to be the way it is. And printed out and all that, but it looks spectacular. I can't believe the way that they got it done, and it stands up. So basically, when you have it on the shelf, if you want to have one spine out, we're going to be making 5 over the next couple of years. So if you can get the 5 box set, what it is it makes a whole entire. Actually, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the image that it completes. So by 2026, you'd have that whole image across the 5 boxes, and then the other side is just the standards got King Cryptid with the Alterna logo.
That is super cool. I love this too. Like, I love whenever anybody does like hardcover books and they do that on the spine or anything like that. I always think it's so cool. So it's awesome that you're doing it in a way that makes sense for your IP, where it's, you know, we'll put it in a box because there's so much extra stuff that you tend to ship out. Not to mention, if people are getting bundles of Alterna, you need something to protect them. And if you are like me and you keep buying Alterna, the vinyl boxes, you usually buy them, but you buy them and all of the comics that will fill them, so it doesn't really help you with whatever you currently have.
And the vinyl ones will hold like 15 to 18. This will actually hold like 20 to 25.
Nice.
So yeah, over the course of, if you have the 5 boxes, it'll actually hold like the 100 or so King Cryptid issues that we'll come out with, and maybe more. When we'll keep having the boxes available in the future campaigns too. So if you missed on the previous box and you're thinking like, oh well, how am I supposed to get the rest of the box set? We'll always keep those boxes in stock, so people can always get them.
That makes me feel better, because I was like, man, I really wanted to get the box set, but I also am trying to help push Red Valkyrie, so I was like, it's either the box or it's an ad. And
well, did you get the secret perk? You got the classified collection, right?
Oh wait, I did.
Yes,
wait,
so
that
you
has
get a
the
box. Yeah.
Yes, I got the box. I forgot.
Yeah.
I got excited. Yay, box.
Yeah, so you'll get the
so
box.
I got the box and I got the ads now, so fuck it, it's awesome.
Yeah, so you get like all like the extra bonuses that's only in the secret perk. You got the issues; those are going to be signed. The box is going to be signed too. The box won't be signed for any other perk, so just the secret perk. The box is signed, and
Hell yeah.
and yeah, so you're all set.
Oh, see, look, you got me covered. I don't even know what I get half the time. I like back stuff, and then I'm like, did I back that already? Let me back it again just to make sure. Yes, Frog G. You guys can clip it. It's fine. I don't even care anymore. Go for it. I dressed up as King Cryptid for y'all. There is no shame. I do all the crazy stuff. Paz Master Jan, it wasn't so much the oxygen as it was the fumes from the super glue.
And the enclosed space.
Yeah, little claustrophobic. It's fine. I'm working through it.
It was spectacular, though. It's early on in the show, Past Master.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll put it on again before we leave. Like right before we leave. All right, so yeah, the alternate collector cases. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, so
really
that's the
cool.
traditional alternate collector case with the side pockets and the front pocket, and for this you get the both inserts included, of course. So if you do get the collector case on this campaign, you get Kier did this amazing piece one day. He just showed it, and he was like, I don't know, I did this for fun. And I was like, man, oh man, you did this for fun. Okay, well, I'm thinking like we got to do something with this, and it works out perfectly for the collector case, because then if you put it inside there, the Alterna logo kind of goes right in the middle
On
where
his
his moonstone is. Yeah. So it works out great.
Well, and you know, it's so funny because I was glancing at this and I didn't even notice him in the background because he just blends so well. But if you think about him as a cryptid, like, he would. That's exactly what you would expect. And I was so caught up in these like golden moths hanging out in front. It took me a second before I realized, like,
He's
wait,
looking
that's
at
a
you.
mouth down there. And I was like, oh shit, that's King Cryptid in the background. Like, how did I not even see that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. All right, and then 5 cards and a sticker card.
Yeah, so we got the trading card pack. So the trading card packs contain, like you said there, 5 cards and a sticker. But there's 8 base cards in the set. So these packs are all kind of like randomly inserted with everything. If you got, I'm guessing if you get like 3 packs at minimum, you'll get the set. Chances are you can get 2 and still get the set. But the way everything works out with how they're assorted and everything, 3 should definitely cover your bases. We do have on here, you could get either 1 or you could get 5. Packs are very close to selling out. They sold out the first time. I had to actually degrade a lot of the higher tiers to open up room for packs because people were also setting up their own bundles too, so that was fine. But we also have chase cards in here, so there's 25 signed cards, so 25 of them I'm going to sign. And then there's also sketch cards. So there's 10 sketch cards, 1 done by a different artist, so 10 different artists, and those are randomly inserted in the packs too. So there's a chance that someone out there is going to get 1 pack, one $4 pack, and then get a sketch card. So that's pretty incredible. So if
That
you
is
do
so
want
cool.
that, go for it, check it out. But yeah, that's an example of what the base cards, the front of them, are going to look like.
That is awesome. All right, so explain the shirt logo to me, because this is the quote is what really got me intrigued on it.
Yeah, it's actually, I'm wearing a shirt that's very similar.
Oh, nice.
It's the state motto of New Hampshire. This shirt is it
Live
actually
free
says
or die.
it's
Okay,
live free
I
or
didn't
die.
realize.
It says it's the only state motto that's also a threat.
Yeah, New Hampshire's kind of metal. I didn't expect it to be that hardcore.
Oh, it's a very free state up here.
Okay.
So live free or die. The whole quote is then death is not the greatest of evils. This was a quote by General John Stark, and he was is basically during the time of the Revolutionary War. So this is the quote that he had signed off on one of his letters, and it was used eventually as a state motto for New Hampshire. It was going to be nicer things before, like the Granite State or some other kind of thing, but people were really just no, live free or die. And it's on the license plates up here and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so where King Cryptid resides in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and he's been in this area for about, I'd say, 300 or so years. He's about 500 years old, but he worked his way up. He's been around in New Hampshire for 300 or so years. Spoiler alert, I guess special for your show, he helped out during the Revolutionary War. So it's all these different things where he feels like this is truly his home, his area. So that is also a phrase that is near and dear to him too. And essentially all it basically means, is I guess it's kind of self-explanatory, but it's the equivalent of, if you're not going to live free, you might as well die. Or you could take it as you let me live free, or you're going to die.
Yeah, you can take it that way too. That's probably more the way I would take it. But then again, I also come from the state where our motto, depending on who you talk to, is either "This is the place" or "The greatest snow on earth." So.
Yeah, I mean it's not quite Excelsior, which is New York. Which is also funny because Excelsior is packing material too. So it's not quite that. But live free or die is a motto that has definitely grown on me over the years as well.
That's awesome. Brian says, did King Cryptid inspire the general's quote?
That remains to be seen.
That's
I can't
one of the
spoil
secrets-
everything on this show.
One of the secrets that we've just gotta try to uncover. Oh no, it's a spoiler alert.
Yeah,
okay.
so there's a story script here for issues 1 through 4. And in the story script, I do describe characters and certain events, and then, because this is basically the thing that the artists get. They're not going to be like these earth-shattering, ruin the story for you kind of things. I think they're going to be spoilers that more get people asking more questions on top of the issues that they've just read about, like, what is he talking about with what? What's he going to talk about in the future? So it is going to spoil certain things with certain characters in terms of their trajectory for the next maybe 1 or 2 years. But, it's all part of the fun. So if you want to get the story script and kind of know a little bit more about certain things ahead of time, this is where you could do it. And you can also, again, see how I was structuring the script for the artists and what they were working with. It's not a traditional style script, like I said earlier. It's more like a summary of the scene, each page being the scene. And then they would pick up on how they want to coordinate that with panels, how they want to do it.
You're very similar to me. So I was working on a lot of what I'm trying to do for my horror anthology, and what I ended up doing was finding an artist whose style I really liked and going, okay, I want you to read this, and then whatever comes to mind after you've read this, that's what I want you to draw. And I ended up sending it to one person, and for me, the piece that I wrote was all about like depression and what depression feels like, the internal monologue and everything of it. And what she drew was a woman like in the fetal position, hovering between the mouth of 2 different monsters, and one of them was covered in eyes and was mostly white, and the other one was covered in teeth and spikes and mostly black. And then she was like split down the middle, half and half. And she was like, I don't know, I normally draw like monsters. I don't think this is quite what you were looking for. And I was like, okay, so that's now going on a shirt. That is exactly what I want. This is amazing. Like, totally nailed it. And I'm definitely going to continue to do this because it's, as a writer, for me, it's so much more fun to give somebody like, here's my story. What do you see in it? And then see how other people have interpreted it. And then I know, okay, I hit the mark, or man, they came up with something way cooler than I could have ever thought of, or, oh, I might have missed a couple of steps there, but now I know, and I can tweak it for future, issues or whatever. And so I love that you kind of were like, here's the story. Go forth and conquer, artists, and then we'll see what you do.
And they would come back with and some moments that were pivotal moments. I would let them know, okay, this is a specific thing that's occurring here, or this should be a splash page. Like I wanted opening splash pages on these issues and things like that. But other than that, there was almost no minutia of what was what. But they'd still come forth with like the rough pencils and the layouts, and then we would tweak anything necessary. But like I said, I think it was only a total of 5 or 6 revisions across all 4 issues because they just. They got those scenes and they nailed them. It was unbelievable to see it just come to life.
It's so cool. And it's so much fun when you have that kind of a back and forth with your artist where you're like, I trust that you're going to do this justice. And they're like, all right, this is what I'm thinking. And you're like, dude, I couldn't have even, like, that's cooler than what I thought. In my head, I was like,
oh, yeah, there were so many instances like that. Yeah, totally. I get you. Yep. 100%.
Oh, it's awesome. Cool. We got more stickers.
Yeah, I actually have this one here to show too. This came out amazing. I wanted this to look like it was straight out of a vending machine from like '88.
Oh my gosh, it so does. Holy hell, I'm back in the 90s.
So there's Kier's artwork with Christian's coloring, and that's the prismatic sticker with the Live Free or Die sticker as well. So that's you can see the size.
Cool.
And this is a trading card size too, so if you wanted to just keep it and put it in your binder or whatever, you could do that as well.
That is awesome. And then
everyone knows Eric famously hates stickers.
Eric
but that's
hates
because
stickers. He hates patches. He hates joy. He hates love.
Happiness.
He hates a lot.
I understand some of his hatred of the sticker because sometimes some people will put the sticker in such a way that it becomes unpeeled, or the residue of the sticker actually hits the issue and then ruins the issue.
Oh yeah, no,
so
that is not cool.
Yeah, so I definitely don't pack anything with stickers in that fashion at all.
Yeah. I like comic books. It's the only thing that Eric likes. Okay, you know what, Pete? I will say this. You know how much I love patches, because obviously every time you have patches on your campaign, I think that I've got all of the alternate patches that you've had so far.
Yes, you do.
I'm like, oh, it's a new one. Don't buy a new one.
Oh, wait, you said the word.
Patches O'Houlihan!
That's right, Timmy. Patches O'Houlihan.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. My bad. I do agree with Frog G here. That Live Free or Die sticker, the circle one, would be a bomb patch.
Oh, would it? Interesting.
It would. Just saying.
Pretty sure this is a reply to Eric.
Yeah, we still don't care what you don't like, Eric, because we all know that, like, secretly, you've got, like, a little wall locker in your house. It's just covered in stickers, and in there you got your members only jacket, and it's covered in patches. We know this. You just put on a front so you feel better, but we all know you're full of shit. It's okay. We love you anyway. All right. Let's talk about these tiers, because there's some really, really epic stuff that you're offering, and you actually snuck in, because when I looked at it a couple days ago, the ads weren't up yet, and I was like, oh, maybe he's not doing ads, and then I was like scrolling through here as we're looking at art, and I looked over and I went, son of a bitch, there's ads. So I had to open it in a second to buy a couple ads for us.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, we put the ads up. The same thing going forward with alternate campaigns now. When we reach the goal of the campaign, we put the ads up. Otherwise, it kind of feels a little strange to sell ads on things that haven't hit the goal just yet. So it kind of gives it like, it's like kind of like putting rocket boosters, I guess, on the campaign after it hit its goal. Here's the ads as well. So if you want to get that, go for it.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, look, the first ad that we ever did was in Blood Realm and was in an Alterna one, and we had people that popped into our chat to be like, "Yo, I saw your ad in Blood Realm," and I was like, "See, that's badass. That is so cool." I actually still have it. I have it framed. I'm waiting to put it up on the wall because I was like, "It's the first ad we did. It's so neat. Like, it's got to go up on the wall for sure." Dive, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, or something like that. Dip, duck, dodge, and duck, and dodge, and dive. Anyway, we're doing great, guys. We're doing wonderful. Okay, so let's talk about your featured perk first.
Okay, sure. So the featured perk, you get both cases. You get the King Cryptid case, the alternate case with the inserts as well. You get a trading card pack. You get the story script. You get both stickers. You get 2 sets of the issues. I sign 1 set, and 1 set is unsigned. And then you get a 4 print set. There's 6x9 prints. We've had those before on alternate campaigns. They're basically just the covers without the cover elements.
Awesome. This is, like, seriously, you get so much in this. It's so cool. The build your own bundle where you basically just pay $1 and do the add-ons.
Yeah, and the $1 goes right back into your shipping, so you're not actually like out of an extra $1 to access add-ons. So if you just want to make your own thing right off the bat, this worked out really well with the spring campaign, so we're going to make that a part of every other campaign that we do. You just pay the $1, you get to see all the add-ons. There's a bunch of things in the add-ons that aren't in the main perks, of course, and you can just make your own bundle and have at it.
You know, that is really clever, and I wish more people did that, because there's so many times where maybe I like 2 of like the 4 covers that someone's offering, and they're like, well, you can buy each cover individually, but you can't always add on the cover that you want in the back in add-ons, or you can get this one bundle that gives you all 4, and I'm like, I don't need the same comic 4 times with 2 covers that I don't want. So being able to build your own, and especially because you guys have stickers and patches and trading cards and all kinds of stuff that are little extras. I love that you're just like, look, I'm not going to try and figure out the 500 different ways that y'all are going to want to pop.
Yeah, because I honestly, I do hate that. I'm going to probably take down at some point, probably after the first 30 days, I'll take down the higher perks and just everyone can have at it and build their own bundle, and we can get those trading card packs into the add-ons. But I hate putting those things together because I'm like, what do I put in? What do I leave out? What is someone going to like? You know,
right.
But back when I used to just have Kickstarters, that was like the madness of Kickstarter, because everything was, well, I want this, and can I have this now? And I got to modify my pledge, and I got to do that. And it was just, all right, I'll come up with another bundle. And there was like Kickstarters I've done with like 40 main perks, and it was just chaos at the end of it to try to coordinate everything. But on this, it's so easier. Yeah.
Yes. And then, of course, we got the trading card.
Yep.
Just like you were talking about. All right, the digital bundle.
Yeah, so you get the 4 issues for $5.
That is not bad. Ooh, look at that. Eric has a good question. Since King Cryptid is going to be 100+ issues, do you plan on doing some perfect bound or hardcover compendiums along the way?
Yes, but we're talking probably years down the road. I want to make sure that we focus as much as we possibly can on the single issues. I'm going to print a whole bunch of all of them, so this way we have them throughout the campaigns. If we do need to go back to print, we'll go back to print. But since these are episodic style, think in terms of storytelling style, like Batman the Animated Series or something like a Thundercats 2, where it's episodic and it's serialized. It's not necessarily every single thing's written towards the trade. So it isn't like these 6-issue story arcs. It's not like 1 through 4. You have to read issue 1 and 2 to understand what happens in 3. You could read 3. You could read 2. If issue 4 looks good to you, you could read that. You're going to get the characters, the situation involved all the time. That's how we're having it set up. Because when I first got into comics, and like most of us, we read issue like 180 or like 300 something or whatever it was at the time.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I don't know. It's all over the place. So this is a series that's very much like that, where you could just go in there, and you could just get every issue is a jumping on and jumping off point. The reason you jump off is maybe you're not enjoying the series, and hopefully the reason you continue with it is because you just enjoyed the issue you read. But in the future, I want to have maybe something like an essential King Cryptid, that kind of thing. Stories that seem like these are vital to his character, a lot of milestones that maybe occurred, that kind of a thing. But we'll get to that point later on.
That's awesome. All right, and then you've got the King Cryptid 1 through 4 physical plus a sketch cover, correct?
Yep. Yeah, so the covers, the back cover, there's no ads on that, and that's because in the King Cryptid series, there's always going to be a flip side back cover. So there's kind of like 2 covers per issue. So instead of having like a variant, you're getting 2 covers for the price of 1 issue and on 1 issue. So the front cover, we've got Christian Rossi on issue 1. The back cover, that's my work. On issue 2, we have Nick Hunter doing both. Issue 3, Alex Jovich does both. And issue 4, Keir Covington does both. But the only difference being that the front cover is colored by Christian Rossi, and the back, Keir does everything. But
Very cool.
Then, of course, there's the sketch cover. The same exact stock, too, of the sketch covers that you know and love, and that anybody else might have knows and loves.
So
Nice and uncoated, yeah. Have you ever worked on... I know you said that this was the first you worked on, but did you ever work on any other publishers that sometimes they're kind of slick, like they've got a coating on
I've
them?
seen other people try it, and I've bought other sketch covers and then like gotten them and kind of felt them and was like, oh, I don't know how that's gonna work. But the thing that I like about your like totally uncoated is that if I wanted to hit it with watercolor, like I could. If I wanted to go at it with marker, I could. If I wanted to go at it with acrylic, I could, because it's thick enough. It can hold stuff. Like watercolor might get a little iffy, but really, it's the most versatile. There's other people that I've seen who couldn't even ink on top of the sketch cover because it was coated.
Shae uses glitter and puff paint.
Place.
That's what she does.
Well, you could.
Yeah, exactly. Don't judge me.
I judge you.
That's fair. But yeah, I'm super stoked. Like, I really want to get in there and start messing around on some ideas for my own version of King Cryptid. Because,
that'd be awesome.
Like I said, we've already done one version of him.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
Yes.
I love the sketch covers we have here, and I'm really looking forward to having my own. We switched printers, so it's not the same printer that did the previous sketch covers. So at first I was really nervous. I'm like, can these guys still do it? Do they still have everything set up correctly? And they're like, oh no, yeah, we could do it. And I was like, okay, can you send me some samples? Because I want to make sure we're talking about the same kind of stock, and just spot on the exact same thing. Is beautiful.
Perfect. Oh, that's so nice. All right, and then of course we've got that awesome T-shirt, which is calling me a lot more now that I understand the "Live Free or Die" slogan.
Yeah, so the shirt, if we reach 51K, it gets upgraded to a glow in the dark. So, so we shall see. Either way.
Go back. I want glow in the dark.
So either way, though, I really want to get a glow in the dark shirt of this going on. So I'm thinking that whether or not we hit 51K by the time like September, October rolls around, I'm putting up like, I don't know, a $30 glow in the dark shirt, because I want one.
Yeah, you know what? I do this all the time because I see stuff. So like I've got an idea for like one bit of merch that'd be cool if you ever decided to do an all over print. Specifically that would be cool with King Cryptid, but I'll hit you up later with that, because I can see it and it would just be so fucking badass.
Yeah, I was looking up things to do an all over type print, so definitely let me know where you're going for that. I'd be very curious with like that that sublimated dye, that kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's just straight into the fabric, doesn't fade. It's gorgeous. When we're off air, I'll show you some of the stuff that I've got. But I've been doing this for Art T. Bear. I do it for John Hervey's campaigns. I did a backpack designed up on. So we go through Printful is what we use, because their quality is the better quality out of all the places that I've seen that have tried this, and all the places that I've gone to. They're the ones that get nice crisp imaging and really just it's soft, it's lightweight, it's wonderful.
Nice.
But we will talk for sure. Okay. So we have King Cryptid and Prince.
Yeah, so on the $25 one, you get 2 of each. I sign one is unsigned, and then you get the prints as well. And the prints are all stamped, and they're numbered to the amount that get ordered and to when you placed your order, when you backed. So if you backed a print bundle or the print separately or whatever, let's say you were the first person to get prints. When I go through and I fulfill, I make sure to bring all of that stuff up, and I see who got what and when, and then I number them out. And that's what number you get. So if you were the first person to get it, you get the 1 out of, I don't know, let's say if 80 of these sets sell, 1 out of the 80, 2 out of the 80, etc. And it goes on like that. But if you just get the $15 bundle with just the comics, I sign all those. But this one, some people in the past have asked if I was going to have a set that they can read and a set that they can keep. So I was like, all right, well, I'll sign one set, and I guess that could be the set you keep. And then there's a set you can just read, and then that's the second set. And Altern is, inexpensive enough that we could do 2 sets like that. And it's 4 issues. Well, technically, I guess 5 issues with that cover and then prints. And it's kind of the cost of most people doing either sometimes 1 issue or a graphic novel. And this is kind of similar because these are 32 pages, 22 pages of story about there with per issue. So you're talking about roughly over 80 pages of story in total. So, yeah.
That's awesome. All right. The collector case. So this is the cardboard collector case.
Yeah. So that's that's the King Cryptid collector case, and that's at $25. But it's also in a whole bunch of bundles, and it's in the add-ons and everything as well. So, and then we also have the alternate collector case, and that one comes with the insert. And for those that already maybe even have the cases, and you don't need more alternate cases, but you still want the insert, you can get the insert as a $2 add-on. So you don't need to buy like the case just to get the inserts.
Very cool. And then, of course, some of my favorites. You can advertise, and you should. You absolutely should advertise in Alterna. I can tell you, can confirm, people do see them. And also can confirm, have found Alterna multiple times out in the wild at various LCSs. So it's not just advertising to the group that you already talk to, that already knows you, that you do this with all the time. This is actually advertising. So
we got the books in about, I'd say 2 or 3 dozen stores, because we work with stores directly now. We don't go through Diamond anymore. And then we that was a nightmare, a 12-year nightmare. And then we sell them direct on our site. And so you're going to get, and I say this a lot to people who make these ads, you're going to get people seeing these ads sometimes even like a year, 2, 5 years down the line. So while you can do some kind of like date specific ad, and in King Cryptid I recommend not doing that because it's going to be out in like over the course of December, January, February, March. I recommend sticking to an evergreen ad as much as you possibly can. Direct them to your site, your store, your YouTube channel, your book overall. Not necessarily like directing them to your Indiegogo or something like that. And you could still advertise your comic. But if you direct them to something very date specific, just be aware that it kind of loses its longevity for your ad dollar.
It does. We have a request to see the Cryptid collector case once again.
He wants to see it again. Okay.
It's just so pretty. Look at that.
There you go. Let me.
It's wonderful.
So you got that there. Yes. And then we have the spine, and then the other spine.
Yes.
And you got the back of it here, and all 4 artists that are involved. They are. Yes, it is. It's a beautifully aggressive. Then we've got, when you open it, we've got King Cryptid's eyes peeking a look at you. We also got Alex Jovich on King Cryptid art at the side as well. And then when it opens up, we've got Kier drawing King Cryptid against Brugge, and then we have the mysterious King Cryptid on the cover of issue number 3.
Yes. Oh, it's so cool. I love it. Alright, so you can get the comics and the case and the prints and all the stuff
Yeah,
which
so
is-
that's basically combining the case with the $25 comics and prints tier, where you get
Yes.
double the sets, one signed, one not signed, and that kind of a thing.
Awesome. You can also get a sketch card.
Yeah, this is a fun one because you can actually get one of 5 King Cryptid related characters. You can get either King Cryptid, Broog the Swamp Monster, the Behemoth, the Granite Beast, which is in issue 2, or Victor Lugo, who is a Cryptid bounty hunter. Who takes he's in issue 1. He's introduced there, and then he goes on to play a very large part in the rest of the series. But we get to that next year. What happens to him in issue 1? He needs to spend a lot of time recovering. So we see him in a different state. A state of a bit of disrepair, in a very different mental attitude later on. He learns not to underestimate these cryptid beasts because he's a world-renowned big game hunter. He thinks, whatever, cryptids. Okay.
Yeah.
He signs up for the job. He's going to hunt these things. Half of them he doesn't really even believe it's real, but he's going to take the pay. And he finds out in a very, I guess, awful way for him that these things are indeed real, and he gets the proof of it from his wounds. But with
I was gonna say that doesn't sound good. That sounds like bad proof.
it's very bad proof for him.
It's like, I got proof. It's not good proof. Just trust me, they're real.
With the sketch card, though, there's 10 different artists on board. We did have Ken Rocafort available, and his 10 cards, he only do 10, and they sold out within like 5 minutes.
Yes, they did. That was what made me back immediately. Is because I was like, I need a Rocafort. It's Rocafort. I have Rocafort right back there. I
There
have
you go.
Groken. Right there. There it is. The little tiny thing. But yeah, he randomly threw in. He was like, one person is gonna get this original, and I didn't even know what. I was like, what's this? Is this like a print? And then he pops in the chat and he goes, oh, I see that someone got a surprise, and they were like, you're fucking kidding me, Shae. Did you get that? And I was like, wait,
Oh,
is
you
this
got
real?
the wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, I almost had a heart attack. You see it back there?
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
between Harley? Yeah. Oh, dude. And he pops in. He's like, oh, look, someone's got a little surprise. I was like,
Oh man.
you're fucking kidding me right now. Like, I'm gonna cry and have a heart attack at the same time. So the
That's
second you were
insane.
like, oh yeah, we've got Rocafort sketch cards, and I was like, it's like, I need to grow my Rocafort.
Yeah,
like,
we had him on
collection.
the winter campaign, and he drew like around 30, and it looked kind of like Ken Rocafort draws the alternate universe is what it ended up looking like after
Oh my gosh.
after everything was said and done. And I tell you, that was a very difficult thing to part with all of them. It was very tempting
I
to be like,
bet.
well, the post office, sometimes they lose things.
Oh, I don't think this one is gonna make it in there.
But he drew like 10 different King Cryptids because I was fortunate enough to have so many people interested in having him draw that character. And when I saw that, I was like, man, you gotta draw some of them for the campaign. You draw them so damn good.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, I could do 10 because I gotta do Groken too. And I was like, all right, we'll do 10. So that all got snatched up. But now we have Rob Geronimo available. We've got Christian Rossi, Frankie B. Washington, Fabrizio Aiello, who's got Horace H. Hoover. That's going to be coming out with Alterna on the fall campaign. Jeff Elkins. We got Kirk Covington, Nick Hunter, Dan Dahl, and Ian Miller, and of course myself too. But
That
we've
is
got that perk. So you get the comics, you get all 4 plus the blank cover, and you get a sketch card, and it's $50.
Hell yeah, that is such a good deal too. That's insane. More amazing advertising space. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. Snatch it up. There's no reason not to. And I definitely, the second I saw that they were there, I was like, hold on a sec, just real quick. That's why I was a little iffy in the beginning. I was backing.
Oh, I
more
got you.
times.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm
So when you
curious
were
then
like,
what
why
it's
is
looking
she
like on the
taking a minute
campaign.
to respond? I'm sorry. I was like, is this the right one? Which
So
one did I just
some of
buy?
these
Okay.
might be sold out then. She might be selling you on spots that are sold out because she had already snatched them up.
I'm saying, look, if you refresh, you'll see what's there, okay? And somebody, right when I was like, ooh, I'll get this one, I go in, I was like, motherfucker, somebody got that one already. I was like, okay, fine, I'll get this then. Yes, and then a sketch cover commission. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with the sketch cards in terms of choosing the 1 out of the 5 characters available. We want to kind of keep this a King Cryptid affair, but the artists are a little bit limited on this one. So it's Rob Geronimo, Frankie B. Washington, Keir Covington, Ian Miller, Jeff Elkins, and Dan Dahl. So this is going to be a sketch cover commission that you can get from these artists and have at it.
Hell yeah, man! I'm gonna have to hire out some of these guys to do little commissions when I actually am in a place to get my my book done, because they're phenomenal artists.
Oh yeah.
All right, and then right before we hit all of the sold out tiers, we've got the complete.
Yeah, so
Encrypted.
here's the $225 tier, which is pretty much everything that I think is sort of essential to the campaign regarding King Cryptid. You get both cases, you get the shirt, you get a sketch card commission, you get the story script, you get both stickers, you get 3 packs of cards, you get 2 of each issue, and then 1 is signed, 1 is not signed, and then you get the 6x9 print set as well. But again, I had like 50 of these available, and people were making all their own bundles. Some of them even resembled this bundle. And I was like, I guess we're doing it right, though, because I want them to build their own bundle. So let me just kind of take a bunch of these down and then add the trading card packs to the sold-out add-on. And so we boosted the trading card packs by about, I think, 100 or 150 more, because they all sold out within like 20 minutes that first day. So I added a bunch more trading card packs to the add-ons. This way people can get those. And I might, like I said, after the 30 days, reassess the whole situation and take down the 100 and the 225, and everybody can just build their own bundle. And this way we can open up all the trading card packs, because I'm only making 500 of Series 1.
Sigh, you're terrible. The 225 tier comes with King Cryptid's left nut, 2 available. His left nut, that he has 2 left
Yes,
nuts and no
yes,
right?
that was the joke.
Just making sure. This is very disturbing.
I guess depending what side he's on, right?
Depending
No,
on your
my
left or
point
his.
was that he has
Yeah.
more than 2 nuts. So there's more than one left one. But did you already get this?
Brian's, no, I was just about to say
Okay.
that Brian's got a question that says, will Christian Rossi be getting some sketch covers for his use?
Christian is so swamped, he chose to just back out completely of getting sketch covers even sent to him. But I'm going to send him some anyway.
Send him a
That's fine.
pallet.
Because he's
Look at
going
that,
to
you're
get...
almost at 17.
Oh, wow. Goodness gracious. Holy smokes.
Yes.
43 away from 17.
Let's go, guys.
Thank you,
Look.
guys.
Eric wants the left nut tier. Just
Yes, he
saying.
does. That's Eric's favorite tier. You know what? Hold on.
Oh, Sheldon.
That's...
Is that what he calls his
Wow.
moonstones?
Oof. Oof.
Oh. There we go.
You got it, Shae?
You got it?
Yep. I lost 1 earbud, but we're good.
All right.
I feel like we have to
Yeah, right.
round it out, like, right?
We got to get to 17 now that we're 43 away. Come on, guys. Let's go. 17.
Right.
I put the mask back on for y'all.
Yeah.
We're so close. Could barely see. All right.
Made like $200 so far in this stream.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Man,
And
oh,
that was
man.
not all me. I'm just throwing that out.
It was mostly her.
It was not mostly me.
Well, I don't have patches up here yet, so it couldn't have been just Shae.
That's true.
Thank you. Thank you. See? Pete knows me. All right, is there anything else that you want to let us know about this campaign, Pete?
I think, well, there's going to be the first 30 and then the second 30. There's going to be things that come down on the first 30 and then things that go up for the second 30. But something else that we're doing with this campaign, because King Cryptid's powers ebb and flow with the phases of the moon, we're going to have new moon and full moon specials. So these specials will only take place in the 24-hour cycle of those days. So the first thing upcoming is the 30th is going to be a new moon. So we're going to have something on there right now. I believe I did a poll on Twitter, and I think glow-in-the-dark sticker is winning. I have 2 different glow-in-the-dark sticker designs, and I'm curious as to what I'm going to put up, but we'll see. So right now, let's see. Oh, signed print now is winning again. Okay. So right now I've got up on the poll, I've got the Timey Tim trucker hat, which you can see Eric wearing in issue 3. I've got an air freshener of King Cryptid, who reports have it that he smells like Christmas trees.
Oh my god.
I've got a glow-in-the-dark sticker. And then also a 6x9 signed print, which would be my signed print. The black and white piece that I did, I'll sign that. And those are $5. The air freshener's $5, the glow in the dark sticker's $5, and the Timey Tim truck would be trucker hat would be $15. But right now the signed print is winning. So if that wins, then that'll be the first thing up on the new moon on 5/30, which is May 30th, of course. So Monday.
By the way,
Very
Shae, I'm making
cool.
deals in the chat.
Wheeling and dealing.
Nope. You could try. Let's go.
Look at those
Ready.
bony white fists.
You gotta.
Ready to go.
I mean, honestly, that gives me an idea for a future cover too. Just like a King Cryptid head mounted on the wall.
Yeah.
And like, what does that allude to? Maybe Victor Lugo finally got him.
Yeah. That's in
Very
issue
cool.
12,000.
Kind of, yeah, give or take.
Look at Brian. Brian. Oh. Good job,
Oh man,
Bungie.
we just got. Yeah, thank you so much. We just got over.
Yes. Oh, come on.
Oh, refresh
I hate how long
Indiegogo,
it
you
takes to show.
bastard.
I'm
Your
refreshing it.
freshener's
I'll
not
let you
getting
know.
Rigged. We march on Alterna at dawn.
Wait.
Seriously. I want to see it
Indiegogo.
before we go.
You're at
Gotta love it.
314 backers, so you're at pi backers.
Nice.
Oh, you should have pie now. Go
Jeez.
celebrate.
Dutch
Get
apple.
yourself a nice slice of apple.
I'm getting a kick out of seeing you with the mask and trying to get a peek of light through the beard.
Why will you not refresh and show me the goods? Come on.
There you go.
it
Yes, there it is. 17,005. Thank you so much.
is. Moon pie backers. Yes, that's amazing. Holy hell, this is so awesome. I'm so happy that we got to see you hit, over 17 because this
Yeah.
is a cool campaign.
Nice milestone on the Red Valkyrie show.
That's the Valkyrie flight for you.
There you go.
2/3 of it is Shae.
Take that, Bancroft, with your bump.
Yeah, we don't care about your bump. We got a whole flight up in here.
Blousecroft.
Although I
well,
shouldn't bust Bancroft's balls too much. I'm gonna be on his show in a couple weeks.
That's okay. That's
That
okay.
has
You can
nice
tell me, like, don't worry,
alliteration
I got
to
a
it.
flight over on Valkyrie, and then he'll be like, son of a
Yeah.
bitch again. we have
Bust
a faux rivalry.
Blousecroft's balls.
Oh my gosh.
Bloody.
All right. So, thank you so freaking much, Pete, for coming and hanging out with us. For real, this is.
Thank you. This has been insane to see the King Cryptid creation you've made here is spectacular. I can't believe it. Seriously, you knocked it out of the park. You knocked it out of the forest.
Yes. Exactly
This
what
is-
I'm going for.
This is the mask she's most proud of.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't blame you at all. You did a spectacular job. I seriously.
And it's so
I
soft.
did you sew the beard into the mask?
Partially and glued it. So I glued it down and then I sewed it in some critical parts to keep it nice and connected. But yeah.
Wow.
And then I
Man, oh, man.
put in the yellow eyes.
That's right,
All
Brian.
that.
Says she needs a Frankie B thought bubble. What's going on? Frankie B for some reason likes to put King Cryptid when he does sketch cards. He puts the thought bubble of King Cryptid or the speech bubble, and he's like, "What's going on here?" Like King Cryptid's permanently confused. That's what we need right there. Oh man,
We will
that's
clip
beautiful.
it later and we will make it a thing. But yeah, honestly, thank you so much, Pete. We love having you on. It's always such a blast. And chat, you guys are epic as always. And thank you for helping us get this campaign to its next milestone because I mean this thing needs to hit 50K plus. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be so cool.
Thank you guys too for your support. This is pretty much the start of day 4 now. We just started day 4 at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock Eastern. I'm not. Is it Eastern by you, Shae?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all in the same time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the start of day 4. So it's amazing to me to see that we're hitting 17K at the start of day 4. Thank you guys for making this happen.
Absolutely, it's so cool. Sai, thank you for putting up with me while I glued my fingers together trying to make a mask.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's always an adventure.
It absolutely is. Don't worry, there's only 5 more of these by next weekend. Good
You got to make
heavens.
5 more costumes by next weekend?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
I'm out of book dose just a little tight.
Oh boy.
Yeah, don't let Shae plot the schedules and everything, because I forget to say no sometimes. And then we end up doing 8 shows in a week and a day.
Indeed.
But
By the way, this is Red Valkyrie Presents number 299.
yeah,
Oh man. Wow, congratulations.
thank you.
Thanks.
Next issue you get the debut of Venom.
Solid. All right. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie. Also, go back, publish in Pete's amazing campaign, King Cryptid. Get in on all of that awesomeness while you can, and we will see you guys next time. Check you later.
Bye.